In the modern world, noise surrounds us constantly. It is not just the literal noise of traffic, notifications, or conversations, but also the mental chatter that fills our minds with doubt, comparison, and expectations. From the moment we wake up, our attention is pulled in 1,000 directions, leaving very little room to truly hear ourselves. This constant flood of external stimuli makes it difficult to connect with the deeper voice within the one that quietly guides us toward our true path. To find your purpose, the first step is to learn to silence the noise within, because clarity cannot emerge in a storm of distractions. Silencing the noise is not about escaping reality or living in isolation. It is about creating moments of stillness where you can genuinely observe your thoughts without being consumed by them. Imagine a lake stirred by strong winds. Its surface is chaotic and unclear. But when the wind stops, the water becomes calm and its reflection sharpens. Similarly, your inner world must be still for you to see your authentic desires and intentions clearly. This stillness can be cultivated through practices like meditation, deep breathing, quiet walks in nature, or simply sitting in silence without reaching for your phone. It requires discipline because the mind will initially resist quiet. It is accustomed to constant stimulation and will throw thoughts at you to maintain its grip. Yet, with gentle persistence, silence begins to deepen, and beneath the layers of noise, you start to sense a calm awareness that has always been there. When the noise within begins to fade, you start noticing subtle signals that were previously drowned out. Intuitions, emotions, and genuine curiosities emerge naturally. They are not loud or dramatic. They are soft whispers that guide you toward what feels meaningful. For many people, their purpose has always been quietly present, but they were too distracted to recognize it. It might appear as a recurring feeling, a vision, or a natural pull towards certain activities or causes. These insights don't come through force. They surface when you give your inner self space to speak. This is why silence is not emptiness. It is the fertile ground where your purpose takes root. This process also involves facing the internal noise of fear, doubt, and past conditioning. These inner voices often shout the loudest, warning you against change, questioning your worth, or insisting that you follow someone else's path. By sitting in silence, you are not running away from these voices. You are learning to observe them without identifying with them. Over time, their power weakens, and the authentic self gains strength. You become better at discerning which thoughts arise from fear and which come from truth. This self-awareness becomes the foundation upon which purpose can be built. Silencing the noise within is an act of courage. It means stepping away from the external world's demands and turning inward with honesty. In that quiet space, clarity emerges not as a sudden revelation, but as a gentle unfolding. It's like tuning an instrument that has been out of sync. Slowly, the notes align and the melody of your true purpose begins to play. Many people spend their lives chasing goals, approval, or status without ever pausing to ask whether those pursuits truly align with what they value deep down. When you lose connection with your inner values, you risk living someone else's dream rather than your own. Reconnecting with your inner values is about peeling back the layers of societal expectations, family pressures, and personal fears to rediscover what genuinely matters to you. Purpose is not found in imitation, it is born from authenticity. The process begins with honest self-inquiry, asking yourself questions like, what principles do I want to guide my life? What kind of person do I want to become? What impact do I want to have on others? These questions are simple, yet their answers are often buried under years of conditioning. Your values act as an internal compass. When you live in alignment with them, even difficult paths feel meaningful. But when your actions contradict your values, even success can feel empty. Many people achieve milestones they thought would bring happiness, only to feel a quiet dissatisfaction afterward. This happens because the achievements were based on borrowed values, not their own. Reconnecting with your values requires slowing down and reflecting without judgment. Think about moments in your life when you felt fully alive and genuine. What were you doing? Who were you with? What qualities were present in those moments? These clues often point toward your core values, things like honesty, creativity, service, freedom, growth, or love. It is important to differentiate between values you have consciously chosen and those you have unconsciously absorbed. For example, you might have grown up believing that financial success equals personal worth, but deep inside, you might value contribution and creativity far more. When your daily actions reflect someone else's values, you feel disconnected, confused, or restless. Reconnection is about reclaiming your right to define what matters to you, independent of external influence. This may involve letting go of old identities or beliefs that no longer serve you. It can feel uncomfortable at first because it challenges the narratives you've lived by, but this discomfort is a sign of growth, not failure. Once you clarify your values, decision-making becomes clearer. Instead of being swayed by trends or opinions, you begin to act from a grounded place. Opportunities that align with your values naturally energize you, while those that don't become easier to decline. This inner alignment creates a sense of peace, because you are no longer torn between conflicting desires. It doesn't mean the path will always be easy, but it will feel meaningful. Even setbacks become lessons rather than failures, because they happen within a framework that resonates with your core self. Reconnecting with your values also strengthens your resilience. When challenges arise, your values give you a reason to keep going. They anchor you when external circumstances are uncertain. Purpose grows from this rootedness. It is not something imposed from the outside, but something that emerges from within when your actions consistently reflect what you truly stand for. By returning to your inner values, you stop searching for meaning in temporary achievements and start living a life guided by an enduring inner truth. Within each person, there are moments of inspiration that spark a sense of aliveness and clarity. These moments are not random, they are signals pointing toward a deeper calling. Following the energy of what inspires you is a powerful way to discover your purpose, because inspiration acts as a compass, guiding you toward what feels natural and fulfilling. Often, people ignore these sparks thinking they are unrealistic dreams or distractions, but inspiration is rarely accidental. It arises when something resonates deeply with your authentic self, even if you cannot logically explain why. This inner pull might show up as excitement when you think about a particular idea, a sense of timelessness when you engage in a certain activity, or a quiet joy that lingers when you imagine a different path. When you pay attention to what inspires you, you begin to notice patterns. Certain activities consistently make you feel more alive, while others drain your energy. For example, someone may feel inspired when helping others solve problems, while another might feel a strong pull toward creating art or exploring nature. These inspirations are like breadcrumbs left by your deeper self, leading you toward your unique purpose. Ignoring them often leads to stagnation or a sense of emptiness, while following them creates momentum and clarity. Inspiration does not always mean grand visions. Sometimes it begins with small curiosities. A book you feel drawn to, a topic that excites you, a skill you want to learn, all of these are meaningful clues. It is common to doubt or dismiss inspiration because it doesn't always fit into conventional paths. Many people suppress their excitement out of fear of failure, judgment, or practicality. But the energy of inspiration is not asking for immediate perfection. It's asking for your attention and willingness to explore. By giving yourself permission to follow what excites you, even in small ways, you begin to align your actions with your authentic self. This alignment generates a powerful sense of flow, where effort feels less forced and more natural. Over time, these inspired actions reveal the direction of your greater purpose more clearly than rigid planning ever could. Following inspiration also requires trust. It's a journey that may not have a clear roadmap at first. You might take steps that feel uncertain or unconventional, but if they energize and fulfill you, they are worth exploring. Inspiration often unfolds gradually. What starts as a simple interest can grow into a meaningful mission. Many people who have found their purpose describe how it began with a single spark that they chose to nurture rather than ignore. They didn't always know the destination, but by trusting the energy that lit them up, the path revealed itself over time. When you allow inspiration to guide you, your purpose becomes less about external achievements and more about living in alignment with your inner truth. The joy and energy you feel are signs that you are moving in the right direction. Purpose is not forced. It's discovered through consistent attention to what genuinely inspires your heart and mind. By following this energy, you not only uncover your unique path, but also bring a sense of meaning and vitality into everything you do. Every meaningful journey encounters obstacles, and the search for purpose is no different. Challenges are not signs that you are on the wrong path. Often, they are the very experiences that bring clarity to your direction. When you face difficulties, your values, motivations, and resilience are tested, revealing what truly matters to you. Transforming challenges into clarity means shifting your perspective from resistance to curiosity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" This mindset turns every setback into an opportunity for growth, allowing obstacles to act as mirrors that reflect your strengths, weaknesses, and deeper desires. Life has a way of placing roadblocks where transformation is needed. Sometimes challenges push you out of comfort zones that keep you stagnant. At first, these experiences may seem confusing or unfair. But when you take a step back, you often realize that the struggle was guiding you toward a more authentic path. For example, losing a job might feel devastating in the moment, but it can also push you to pursue something that aligns more closely with your inner calling. A failed relationship can teach you about your values and boundaries, shaping your understanding of what you truly want in life. In this way, challenges are not random disruptions. They are purposeful guides that help refine your vision. Facing challenges also deepens self-awareness. When everything is easy, it's simple to stay comfortable without questioning your direction, but adversity forces reflection. It makes you evaluate why you are pursuing certain goals and whether they are genuinely meaningful. Through obstacles, you discover how committed you are to your path. If a setback makes you give up immediately, it might indicate that the goal wasn't rooted in your true purpose. If you choose to persevere, it often reveals a deeper connection to your mission. This clarity strengthens your sense of direction because it separates superficial desires from meaningful pursuits. Transforming challenges into clarity requires resilience and openness. It involves embracing discomfort rather than avoiding it. Instead of labeling difficulties as failures, you learn to view them as part of the unfolding journey. Every challenge carries lessons about patience, adaptability, and inner strength. These lessons shape your character and prepare you for the responsibilities that come with living your purpose. Many people discover their calling not during times of ease, but in moments when life demanded growth. These defining experiences strip away illusions and force you to focus on what is real and lasting. When you begin to see challenges as teachers rather than enemies, clarity emerges naturally. The very obstacles that once caused frustration become stepping stones toward a deeper understanding of yourself and your path. Through this transformation, you develop the inner strength to navigate uncertainty with purpose. Rather than feeling lost when difficulties arise, you learn to extract meaning from them. Over time, this approach builds unshakable clarity, because your purpose is no longer fragile or dependent on perfect conditions. It is forged through the fires of experience. Discovering your purpose is not a single moment of revelation. It is a journey built through daily, intentional action. Many people wait for perfect clarity before taking their first step, but true clarity often emerges through movement, not stillness alone. Taking aligned action daily means choosing to live in a way that reflects your values, inspirations, and evolving understanding of your purpose, even in small ways. Purpose grows stronger when it is supported by consistent effort, much like a seed that becomes a tree through regular nurturing. Every action, no matter how small, sends a message to yourself, and the world about the direction you are choosing to walk in. Aligned action does not have to be grand or dramatic. It can be as simple as dedicating time to a meaningful project, learning a new skill that excites you, reaching out to help someone, or practicing habits that bring you closer to the life you envision. The key is that these actions are aligned. They reflect your deeper intentions rather than being driven by fear, pressure, or outside expectations. When your actions match your inner values, you build momentum that strengthens your connection to your purpose. Over time, these daily steps create powerful shifts in both your mindset and your circumstances. Taking aligned action daily also trains your mind to overcome resistance. It's easy to feel motivated in moments of inspiration, but purpose requires discipline when motivation fades. There will be days when self-doubt, fear, or fatigue tries to pull you away from your path. On those days, even the smallest aligned action keeps the flame alive. This could mean writing one page, practicing your craft for 10 minutes, or simply taking a moment to reconnect with why your path matters to you. By honoring your purpose with action every day, you cultivate resilience and show yourself that your commitment is stronger than temporary emotions. This approach also helps you navigate uncertainty. Often, people hesitate to act because they don't have the entire path figured out, but purpose is not a straight line. It reveals itself through the process of walking it. Each aligned action provides feedback. Some steps will feel right and lead you forward, while others will show you what doesn't fit. Both outcomes are valuable because they refine your direction. Instead of being paralyzed by overthinking, you learn through experience, allowing your purpose to evolve naturally as you grow. Consistent action has another transformative effect. It builds trust in yourself. Each day you follow through, you strengthen your belief that you can live in alignment with your deeper calling. This self-trust becomes the foundation for bigger leaps in the future. People who live with a strong sense of purpose are not necessarily those who had a clear vision from the beginning. They are often the ones who took daily steps, learned from each experience, and stayed committed to the journey. Over time, these small actions accumulate, shaping not just your path, but your character and identity. Through daily aligned action, your purpose becomes a living reality rather than just an idea. Purpose reaches its fullest expression when it extends beyond personal gain and becomes a force that uplifts others. Serving beyond yourself is not about neglecting your needs. It is about realizing that true fulfillment often comes from contributing to something larger than your individual ambitions. When your actions positively impact others, your sense of purpose deepens because it connects you to the shared human experience. Whether it is through kindness, teaching, creating, leading, or supporting, the act of service brings meaning that personal success alone cannot provide. It shifts the focus from "what can I get" to "what can I give," and this change in perspective transforms how you experience life. Serving beyond yourself does not require grand gestures or global platforms. It can begin in simple, everyday interactions. A kind word, genuine encouragement, or offering your skills to help someone can create ripples of impact that extend far beyond what you can see. These moments build a sense of connection and remind you that your existence has value in the lives of others. This awareness fuels your sense of purpose because it anchors your actions in compassion and responsibility. People who find ways to serve often experience a deep sense of fulfillment because their lives become intertwined with something meaningful and enduring. When you choose to serve beyond yourself, your challenges and efforts take on new significance. Difficult days are easier to endure when you know your work is helping others. Obstacles become meaningful tests rather than discouraging barriers because you are not only striving for personal goals, but also making a difference in the world around you. This sense of contribution adds strength to your commitment and gives you a powerful reason to persist. Many individuals who dedicate their lives to meaningful causes describe how their purpose grew clearer when they stopped focusing solely on their personal struggles and began looking outward to how they could bring value to others. Service also acts as a mirror, reflecting your strengths, values, and passions in action. By sharing what you have, whether it's time, knowledge, creativity, or empathy, you learn more about who you are and what matters most to you. This process naturally clarifies your purpose because it allows your inner qualities to manifest in tangible ways. The joy and connection that arise from genuine service cannot be replicated through self-centered pursuits. It nurtures a sense of belonging and reminds you that you are part of something greater than yourself. Serving beyond yourself creates a legacy that outlives temporary achievements. Material success can fade, but the impact you have on people's hearts and lives remains. When your purpose aligns with service, it becomes both powerful and sustainable. You are no longer driven solely by personal ambition, but by a vision that includes the well-being of others. This shift not only elevates your own life, but also inspires those around you to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond your individual journey.